It's Week 8 of the NFL, and this one features Jerome Ford. He was unstoppable a week ago, a mountain of yards and a pair of touchdowns. It's the Browns and the Eagles, and it comes your way next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're in a real groove of late, winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Hurts. And incomplete to open things up. You look at this Browns defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Muscles him off. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. A good chunk of those yards came after contact, and that's an area where he's really starting to excel as a running back.
It felt like he was doing a drill that running backs have to perform all the time, especially in pads, called a gauntlet drill. 2 guys, you know, people with these 2 rows, you have to go right through the middle of them, and make sure you take care of the football and knock people aside. He was performing the drill on that run.
The Browns sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how the offense has performed, but I'll bet they're absolutely thrilled with how the defense played last week, holding their opponents to just 3 points, and that was it. They gave anything comparable to that performance, this one's absolutely locked up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Watson now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down by a couple of yards as they get 5 there on 4th and 3. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. The handoff to Ford up the middle, pushing through the contact. There's the stiff arm. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Now, this defense for the Eagles very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They run with Ford. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Stick. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it as we resume action. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, Get back to what works.
Take it at the 37. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they run the option on second down. And running with power here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone. They'll try the air now with Watson. That's complete, right around the 8.
And the Browns are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Ford going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On second and goal, there's an option play left. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Watson, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They go play action with Hurts.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing is Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 58 yards.
And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Now a give right side. It's Ford.
89 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 2nd down now. It's Ford. Edge fighting through, and he's got space. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd down and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And shutting him off. Now open field. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense.
There he goes right side.
Still on his feet.
And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his off-season working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7.
Here's Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll run on first down. It's Ford. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
181 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short. Fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Hurt sets up to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
So here are the Browns to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, it's Ford. Breaks through the contact, and he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
On 1st down, Ford. And some room to work. But he's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford.
Another miss.
Still on his feet.
Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. This is 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They'll run on first down. Ford. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
2nd and 10.
Now a give right side. It's Ford. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerome Ford.
His 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a two-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last half of the game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. And just in the time they went for 2.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing. The ball comes out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On first down, Ford. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40.
Sidney Brown in on the tackle. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Up the middle they go. Ford. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll try the left side. It's Ford. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford, 15 yards. And the Browns are able to add on to that lead.
And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out. Over possession. Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter.
They'll try it now with Swift.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. No reason not.
So that last kickoff, just a mere formality, obviously, Charles, wrapping up a game that they should be very happy about in which they got the win.
Yeah, I thought they were clearly the better team by the end, and they earned this one with a terrific game plan and consistent effort throughout. Only fitting that they had the ball when the clock hit 0.
So for Cleveland,
they run their mark to 6-2.
It's week 9 of the National Football League, and this one features Jerome Ford. He couldn't have been better last week. Simply an incredible rushing performance. It's the Browns and the Giants on Sunday night primetime.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9?
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Ford, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Up the middle they go. It's Ford, and he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
The Browns at 6-2 to start play, and they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of the first after a gain of about 9. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
They'll run on first down. Ford. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
You talk about this Giant defense.
They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
From the red zone now, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and it's second down. Now a give, right side. It's Ford, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Buying time to his left. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Or might he go for it?
We're scoreless after 1. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And his kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board, and a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And the first possession isn't until the 2nd quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, 1 possession, 1 drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, Hernandez. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this will be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Here's Hernandez on 3rd down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt.
Taking it about the 36. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And still fighting. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a 1st down. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson now going to run the option right. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the 1st before he's tackled. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Ford. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Jerome Ford with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half, 10-0 our score. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Hernandez. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his 1st career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Draw play to Ford. Fights through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
82 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Touchdown, Browns. David Bell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And David Bell closed things out with a touchdown catch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Hernandez off the play fake.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Here's Bryce Behringer now.
And he fields it cleanly. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the defending champs, the Eagles, who got the win on the road. Jalen Hurts, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Mac Jones, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. The Browns were given a solid performance in that first half from their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead. Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Operating from the gun, Hernandez. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Pulled in at the 24. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Browns to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They will start this drive with Ford. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On first down, it's Ford. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Browns send out their punter now. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. Pretty move. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll run on first down. It's Ford, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Ford. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And the lead will stay put at 17.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
It's taken to the 26. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call.
And we're back now here in Cleveland.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And fights through one man. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerome Ford
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
New York set to take the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Not that time for Watkins, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun, Hernandez. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got Watkins on the out route. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Still fighting. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Man, 188 yards rushing for him now as he closes in on a 200-yard night.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's 4th. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, Ford. Oh, fighting off the defender.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go. It's 4th and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.